sweep the diver's torch across the captain's stateroom, revealing rusted wood, barnacles, and scattered belongings. A gold pocket watch lies cracked, frozen in time. Every object tells a private story, a life once anchored by duty and midnight storms. Inside a small vanity chest, Salt traces the worn inlay. We find gold cufflinks with enamel crests, dulled but intact. Each piece reflects torchlight faintly. Private objects preserved by the ocean, remnants of formal routines once part of a captain's life. A lacquered jewelry casket reveals tangled pearls and chains, clouded but whole. The diver's light illuminates private adornments, barnacles clinging to delicate surfaces. Each piece hints at intimate rituals, lives once domestic now suspended in quiet underwater ruin. A slow, mournful display. A brass wireless unit sits partially buried, coils corroded. Copper wires trail like veins, a Morse key half exposed. Silent now, it was once a lifeline, transmitting coded messages. The diver imagines voices frozen mid-transmission, secrets swallowed by the ocean and decades of silence. A brass-cased viewing device rests under canvas, glass spider-webbed with cracks. Fused dials and film spools hint at entertainment or communication. The diver's torch reveals relics of stories that never reached shore, intimate objects swallowed by time, sediment, and relentless deep-sea pressure. An epaulette crusted with salt protrudes from collapsed fabric, brass buttons intact, threads matted. Touching it, we feel the weight of command dissolved into the ocean. A small emblem, private yet public, frozen in salt. A symbol of authority, hand-vanished duty. A waterlogged leather logbook rests beneath debris, pages swollen, ink blurred. Fingerprints in salt line the margins. Lifting it, we touch memory itself. Voyages, weather, decisions, and the captain's life reduced to damp whispers, a chronicle trapped forever beneath the Atlantic. A brass tobacco tin and clay pipe lie amidst collapsed bedding. Tobacco, fragments cling, smoke survives only in memory. These personal items map quiet moments of thought and habit, small comforts once part of the captain's private routine, now encrusted and silent under the waves. A brass sextant rests in, a tilted drawer, arc-clouded, mirrors pitted. Once an instrument of precision and navigation, now it reflects torchlight in fractured angles, a silent testimony to the tools that guided life and command beneath the stars, lost to the sea. A small drawer yields a signet ring, salt filling, engraved grooves. Under torchlight, the anchor and initials remain visible. Private and public, it is an emblem of status, identity, and lineage, frozen underwater, a personal relic of the captain's life, now entombed beneath the waves. Collapsed. Bedding hides a smoking robe and slippers. Faded embroidery glimmers in torchlight, fibers stiff with salt. These domestic traces humanize command, showing private comfort and daily ritual, small anchors of life amidst a catastrophic, silent, underwater world, preserved by time and the Atlantic's embrace. Folded newspapers and brittle letters slide from beneath the mattress. Headlines ghost distant ports, ink blurred but readable. Personal notes connect human emotion and duty. The captain's voice whispers through time. Letters bridging affection and responsibility. Fragile relics preserved in salt and silence. A cracked picture frame clings to the wall, glass honeycombed with salt. Inside, a faded family portrait shows smiles preserved against time. The image anchors memory and intimacy, lives abruptly severed by the ocean, private faces staring through brine and century-long darkness. A chronometer box sits half open, brass mechanism corroded. Gears, frozen balance wheel still. Once a tool to measure and save lives, now it marks absence. Torchlight reveals intricate mechanisms, silent testimony to precision, order and time, frozen in the captain's stateroom under deep-sea pressure. A flattened captain's cap and brass binoculars rest in silt, lenses clouded, initials visible. Tools that framed the captain's eyes now see only wreckage. Objects speak of routine, observation and lost command. Intimate reminders of a life dedicated to navigation and responsibility, silenced by disaster. A tiny prayer book slips from a pocket, pages softened by salt, pressed flower and penciled. Notes remain, personal symbols of hope and reflection. Small, intimate, spiritual, a relic of quiet solace amidst command, preserved for decades beneath ocean pressure and cold darkness. A folded navigational chart, stiff with salt, shows plotted routes and pencil notes, smudged ink ends abruptly, lines leading nowhere. The map reflects intention and interrupted journey, a life of order halted by the ocean, revealing the fragility of human planning in the deep. A velvet case contains medals and ribbons dulled by salt, campaign bars, enamel stars, and an anchor badge. Symbols of honor and recognition lie entombed in silt, small tokens of service and ceremony, now silent relics under the Atlantic, witnessing duty and memory alike. A small music box half buried beneath bedding produces a distorted, muffled melody. Broken cylinder and rusted comb create ghostly sound. A lullaby, domestic rhythm and comfort are transmuted underwater, eerie yet human. Small artifacts of personal life, hauntingly preserved in salt and time. A silver-backed mirror leans against bunks, glass pitted. Bone comb and ivory razor lie nearby. Grooming tools, ritual and identity, preserved in salt. Torchlight fractures the surface, showing everyday acts now frozen in time. Small comforts, once private, remain as relics of dignity in a sunken world. A dented hip flask rolls free, crystal tumbler nearby clouded with salt. These vessels carried warmth, quiet reflection, shared counsel. Now silent artifacts, they hint at private ritual and companionship, moments of comfort amid command, preserved for decades beneath the weight and pressure of the Atlantic. A tarnished locket opens to reveal hair and a miniature portrait. Faint painted eyes remain visible. Intimate memory anchored close to flesh, preserved in salt and silt. Tiny objects become emotional conduits, linking human life and love to a submerged, silent world under the ocean's unyielding grip. A child's knitted scarf, bright yet dulled, floats near the bunk. Wool stiff with salt crystals, it may have been a talisman of warmth or affection. Amid charts and instruments, this simple object offers tenderness and hope, a fleeting color and reminder of private human life lost to the deep. Retreating torchlight scans the room, cataloging watch, cufflinks, logbook, sextant, locket, and medals. Each shard forms a portrait of life, command, and memory. As the diver ascends, stateroom shrinks to silhouette, leaving intimate relics and history to rest beneath salt, darkness, and eternal silence.